what we're about to do is go into what the science says about what's optimal for dogs. And in those cases, in those studies that have like fleshed that out, that have looked into that issue, typically the way that the diets are analyzed is what percentage of the energy or the calories in the food that the animal is eating is protein. And the reason that number is not going to be the same as the as fed percentage that's protein or the dry matter percentage that's protein. And the reason for that is that different nutrients contain different amounts of calories. So people who have paid attention to kind of nutritional science for themselves know like fat has more calories per gram than protein. Typically, the rough numbers are like you're going to digest 8.5 calories per gram of fat. For every gram of fat that you eat, 8.5 calories worth of fat come out. Whereas in protein, it's like 3.5, has fewer calories per gram. So if you're just comparing the weight of the product, if you're looking at the percentage of the product that's protein by weight, it ends up being kind of misleading when you're thinking about when we're like trying to analyze what's optimal. Basically, like just the convention that most of the scientists have adhered to is looking at what percentage of the product's calories come from protein. And so these different studies that have looked at like what is the right amount of protein to feed a dog typically are framed in those terms. What percentage of the calories? So again, it's not something that like you need to know when you're shopping, but it's understand it for the purposes of our discussion today, because that's kind of like how all the relevant data got reported, basically.
Right. And that's where we kind of go into the studies and how much, that is a crucial number and formula. But right, it's not most everyday person who's comparing brand A versus brand B will need to know it, but it's very, very important in terms of the other topics that we'll get into.
Yep. For following along with what I'm about to like go into, it's like that's the way that we're going to be comparing is what percentage of the diet is protein by calories.